Thank you. I am so happy to be here. And I thank the Tea Party Express for being here, putting things together, and Sarah Pack for getting me here. And, especially I thank the great one, Mark Levin, for getting me to be here, too. I just told Todd, I said, I shook Mark Levin's hand. I can die and go to heaven now. Mostly, though, from the bottom of my heart, I thank you for being here. You who have that Jersey fight in you, not backing away from the fight that we're all facing right now for the future of our country. And I know that you're busy people. I know that there are other things perhaps you could be doing on a windy Saturday afternoon, but you're here for love of country. And who minds this wind? Shoot, Todd and I, we're thawing out here and getting a suntan. This is beautiful. We love this state. It's gorgeous. And especially, though, I thank Steve for his boldness, in inviting us here today. That proves, I think, that boldness that is inherent in all of you who are here to make sure that our country is not fundamentally transformed, but it's fundamentally restored into that exceptional nation that we want, that we deserve. You deserve it. Folks, you do deserve better. So New Jersey, just know that the eyes of America are on you right now, truly. And what it is that you can do for the red, white, and blue on Wednesday, how you can turn things around. It's pretty much in your hands. And something big is happening here. And it's exactly clear. It's called momentum. You have the momentum with Steve's campaign. The rest of the country knows it. The media even knows it, and that's why they're getting all wee-weed up against Steve. So from right here in New Egypt, right here, it's you, getting America back on the path to our promised land, okay? From here in New Egypt. You know, this area, it was and it is the crossroad to our fight for independence. It was all those years ago, and it is now again today. 296 battles were fought here, more so than anywhere else in our fight for independence. This was the crossroad. And it's pretty cool. I think a lot of it has to do within New Jersey, your strong, independent, tough-minded women who happen to live here. Let me tell you a story about that. It was back in 1778, just 20 miles from here, the Battle for Monmouth. And here we have, on a sweltering hot day, our soldiers out there in the battlefield, and a woman named Mary Hayes decided to come refresh the soldiers. She brought them water while she was out there helping the guys. Her husband collapsed on the field. So Mary stepped in as a reinforcement, and she started swabbing and loading her husband's cannon. She started fighting, and a British musket ball whizzed at her, ripped off the bottom half of her skirt, and Mary says, well, could have been worse. And she goes right back out there, swabbing and loading at the cannon. And General George Washington then, some days later, he asked about that woman from these parts that he had seen out on the battlefield. And he named her then, he titled her a non-commissioned officer. And from that day forward, she went by the nickname Sergeant Molly. And I'm thinking about Sergeant Molly, looking at these tough Jersey women who know not to back down from a fight. And I'm thinking, Jersey, you all produced the first Mama Grizzly. It is that kind of tenacity that has endured in New Jersey. And we're here to thank you for that and to thank you for not backing down from the fight. And today it is here where we are in the middle of a fight. It's for the liberty and prosperity that your state's motto screams for. Within this war for America's liberty is, well, I could give you a couple examples of some of the battles within the war. One of them, they're calling it the government shutdown. I think it should be called the slim down, because Really, it's only 17% of our bloated, burdensome, out-of-control federal government that has even slowed down this week. So in this slim down, though, our very backwards, upside down Washington, D.C. has revealed its priorities. Our government refused to provide for fallen soldiers' families to go retrieve the bodies of their loved ones at Dover Air Force Base. And yet, the president's golf course at Andrews Air Force Base is still open. Folks, the Amber Alert website that finds missing children, it was shut down. But Michelle Obama's really groovy Let's Move video, it's up and running because you can't be chubby. To top it all off, friends, our government shutting down, barricading, using your hard-earned tax money to barricade the war memorials all across this country, including the World War II memorial in Washington, D.C. That's heart-wrenching. It's atrocious. That is not right. Those memorials are there to remind us of the cost to provide for this exceptional nation. What did it cost us to fight tyranny and to fight for our liberty? That's what the memorials are for. And most of these memorials, you know, they were built with federal assistance in terms of allowance, but private money went into them. And our government thinks that they can shut down our memorials that honor our vets. By the way, I think tomorrow, since Todd and I are all the way across the country, we're going to zip on into D.C. and we're going to shake hands with those vets who are being dishonored and are also going to show up in D.C. tomorrow. By the way, another reason we're here, as we talk about the replacement for your former Senator Frank Lautenberg. You know, he was the last World War II vet to have served, though, in D.C., in Congress. His honor, his memory is dishonored, along with every other of America's finest. So our military vets, they are being dishonored with these atrocious, heart-wrenching acts of our government during these shutdowns. For shame. Bottom line, guys, politicians are using our military as pawns in their political games. And the game is to distract. Remember a few weeks ago, a month ago or so ago, oh my gosh, it was life and death. This distraction at the time was we had to go in and bomb Syria because Syria was gonna bomb Syria, or some nonsense. You don't hear anything about that anymore, do you? Even though it was life and death at the time, that was a distraction. Today we're seeing this distractions. It's, friends, to take your focus off what is really going on. So today we're going to cut through the BS. We're going to cut through the rhetoric. And we're going to talk about what this slim down is really all about. It is about a fundamental transformation of America. It's about breaking your spirit. It is about disempowering the people, and it's about trying to make you feel hopeless and helpless, and heaven forbid they do that when you have a candidate like Steve Lonegan, when you hear about his story about not being hopeless and helpless and what he has overcome, and what we need in the United States Senate is more overcomers, more who know what they can achieve by the sweat of their brow. That makes them know what America can achieve. Now, ironically, it's the same people who are doing this, trying to distract. They're the same ones crying that, oh, a bold, common-sense conservative can't win in New Jersey. They're the same ones screaming, hey, you guys just shut up about Obamacare, the train wreck that is Obamacare. Just hush on that. You know, at this point, what difference does it make? It's the law of the land. Well, I remember, you know, they used to say that about Prohibition, too, and I believe you can today get a beer with your famous New Jersey pizza now, right? So, no, a misguided, wrong law is never settled until we, the people, are settled. Are you settled with Obamacare? No. true, and you are not alone. You are not alone. Now, what the lamestream media won't tell you, why don't you guys tell them this? Only 51,000 Americans have even signed up for Obamacare. Contrast that, folks, to the 2.6 million Americans who have signed the petition to defund the thing. You can't tell them the truth about that one. You know, not one person in Delaware has signed up yet. Last I checked, not one person in Delaware. Somebody needs to tell Joe Biden. Now, Joe, that's what the rest of us would call a BFD. Not one person. You know, by the way, I see that Joe Biden, he canceled his rally with the opponent, Cory Booker. Instead, he went to play at Camp David today. Maybe that tells you something. And there at Camp David, I just would hope somebody would advise him to, Joe, don't be measuring the drapes there just quite yet. Okay? Now, where is the leader of our out-of-touch, far, far left in all of this? Our leader, the president. He has bailed. He has bailed on working across party lines for the working class. He has bailed on negotiations. He is out of there when it comes to trying to find solutions to the problem that he's gotten us in. So, he not being there when he had told us that he's furloughing all the non-essential government personnel, didn't realize he was referring to himself. Obamacare, bottom line, you guys, fewer choices, higher costs, workers' hours slashed to part-time because bosses have to skirt these Obamacare dictates, the rules, in order to be able to afford to keep their doors open. So, bottom line, you know, the left lied and trust died. They also said, just swallow. This socialism is going to be good for you. Yeah, it's going to be good for you. Yeah, right. That's like saying Cory Booker's T-bone is true. So we are here today to say it's time that we furlough the DC-style politicians and their celebrity friends, and we send real, tested, proven, common-sense leaders to do the job, and Steve Lonegan is that wise leader. Like I read one of his quotes the other day, I'm like, yeah, we need a leader, not a tweeter. I'm reading that, I'm like, man, that one's palm-worthy. That was good, I gotta remember that one. The problem is Washington, though, and their celebrity friends, they don't listen to the common man. They don't listen to us little guys. They don't. They're pleasing the big guys who are busy hiring the big lobbyists with the big bucks who are writing big things like Obamacare. And it's a racket. And the ones left out in the cold, in the wind, it would be us. We the people, the little guy. But the good news is that we need not fear. There really is true hope in all this. We don't have to be despondent. We don't have to get down. We can be excited, we can be enthused, we can be inspired because there is true hope. And we're going to talk about those solutions. One of the solutions is to elect leaders who will not forget who it is they work for. You hire these politicians to work for you. It's we the people. Government is to be working for you. It shouldn't be the other way around. And New Jersey, you have that opportunity on Wednesday. The good guys in Congress who are fighting for us there, and there's a handful of good guys there. They need us to send them reinforcements, just like that Sergeant Molly. They need reinforcements. You can send them Steve. Steve won't forget where he came from. He won't forget what it is that he accomplished, again, by the sweat of his brow, so he will not ever forget what it is that America can accomplish. Born and raised here, starting that small business from nothing and growing it into an American success story. What an example. He serving in office and public office for all the right reasons. As a small town mayor, well, he cut wasteful spending and he reined in and reduced debt. He cared. He was there. He listened to the people that he worked for, which reminds me, you know, a small town mayor is kind of like a community organizer, except you have real responsibilities. Steve Lonegan. I love reading about him. I love hearing his story. And, you know, there's a saying that behind every great man stands an even better woman. Well, you know what? Once I said, introducing a guy, I said, behind every great man stands a surprised woman. And Todd, I don't think we got invited back to that event after I said that. But hey, in Steve's case, it's 3 great women. His strong, smart wife, Lorraine, his 2 beautiful, smart daughters. It's been a pleasure to get to meet them. Steve is a solid family man. And Lorraine, man, I respect her boldness. You know, she writes a letter to Oprah Winfrey to set Oprah straight on Steve, on the man that she knows, the Steve that she knows. The Steve, the father that has taught his daughters that anything is possible in America despite any odds against you. And my guess is that Oprah probably never wrote you back, huh, Lorraine? No? No, because a man like Steve, who honors and encourages strong, independent women, just wouldn't fit with a misguided media scripted view of common sense conservatives. Just doesn't fit. Well, this strong family of New Jersey women, it's all the more reason to ask New Jersey, can the rest of America count on you to send Steve Lonegan to the United States Senate? Okay, then, here's what we gotta do. Now is the time. You got the momentum. Now is the time that you buckle down. Now is the time that you press in. You have to do the legwork between now and Wednesday. You need to call your friends, Republicans, Democrats, no party at all. Because this isn't about partisanship. It is about we the people and we being heard finally in the United States Senate. We need you to encourage your friends and neighbors after you tell them about Steve and his life story and his record of being an overcomer and a doer, somebody who can accomplish what we'll send him to accomplish. We need them to get out and vote. You need to offer to help get them to the polls if need be. Wednesday is an odd day for a vote. Some people may not realize that there is an election coming up already on Wednesday. In fact, we met the nicest lady at the hotel where we were staying. We explained why we were here. We talked about Steve. And we talked about how close this race actually is, whether the media wants to admit it or not. And this hotel employee, she said, well, wow, maybe I will go out and vote. I honestly did not think we even had a chance in this one. Why is that? Because this nice lady, like so many others, unfortunately has to listen to the media who would try to talk people into just staying home via their message that it's just a lost cause. Again, that especially in Jersey, you can't have a bold, common sense conservative win, so it's a waste of effort to show up and vote. Well, bull. The media is wrong, and on Wednesday, show the media just how wrong they really are. Again, man, honored to be here, especially this state. Its motto being liberty and prosperity, because that's what Steve's campaign motto and mission is all about. It is all about you. It is for you, the people, and it's what we're fighting for in D.C. This isn't about red states or blue states or one party or another. It's about we the people, ordinary, hardworking, patriotic American people who are standing up and being heard. The American dream is what we're striving for, that promised land. We can do it. You can do it from here by sending Steve to be one of those reinforcements that we need in Washington, D.C. Stand together, New Jersey, to turn the ship of state around, winning the battle for liberty and prosperity, for the red, white, and blue. Thank you, New Jersey. Can't wait for Wednesday. God bless you, and God bless the United States of America. God bless you. Thank you. I will. Thank you.